What's up, FOA Squad? I'm Anthony, and welcome to our channel, Life with Anthony. I hope everyone is doing well out there today. Today, guys, I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons of having a thicker mattress in a smaller space. There are two cons and two pros that I'm going to be talking about. So let's start with the cons. The first con that I noticed immediately when I got into bed last night was the significant loss of height space. Before I switched over to the 4-inch mattress, I had a 2-inch Japanese mattress, a thin topper, and my bedding. Now that I have the 4-inch mattress and my bedding, I can tell that it was a big difference. I felt like I was much closer to the ceiling when I was sleeping. Whenever I wanted to sit up, my head now can't sit straight up without hitting the ceiling. So it's a big difference in the loss of height space. The second con that I wanted to talk about is the loss of space for me to get up and take a pee. That 2 inches that I lost made such a huge difference because I would kneel down to take a pee, and now I'm more hunched over, to have to use the bathroom. Now, the solution that I'm thinking about doing for that is clearing off my other seat, my smaller seat that I have up, and stepping over and getting into that area to use the restroom. Now, another solution that I'm working on is not to drink anything after a certain time. I went to the restroom yesterday twice. And then another time when I woke up in the morning, but I got up in the front seat and did that. So that is something that is important. That's something that is going to be ongoing as long as I'm living in this vehicle. I'm going to have to use the bathroom at night. Even if I stop drinking at a certain time, I think I'm going to maybe have to go at least once. So those are the cons. Now let's talk about the pros of having a thicker mattress. The first pro that I want to talk about is that aesthetically looking at my bed, I love the way that it looks. It's more proportional in the car. It's straight as opposed to the Japanese mattress that was much wider, and I had to curve it up against the wall for it to fit in order for me to have my smaller seat up. So just from a visual perspective, I love the way that this bed looks in here. It just looks like a more perfect fit. And sometimes when things just visually looks well, it makes you feel a lot better. It makes you feel a lot more organized in your space. Also, speaking of space, I now have the full space of the small seat behind the small seat. So it doesn't look, the things that I have on the side doesn't look as cramped as it did when I was trying to have the Japanese mattress in there and my clothing bag was sitting partially on my bed. So I now have all of my nice space. Let me get on this side. All of my nice space here. My bag just sits a lot more comfortable and the things that I have on top of the bag. So that is the first pro of having this mattress in the car. The next pro is that the bed itself, it sleeps well. I did not felt like I was smushing down or anything. The bed held its firmness. Besides me having to get up a couple times and use the bathroom, I felt like I slept a lot better. Not great. I have to sleep on it a few more nights, but I did feel like I got a good sleep last night. I did not feel tired this morning when I woke up. And that is the whole point of changing the bed and all the other times, is to get it right so that I can get a good sleep. And I think this bed is definitely going to provide that for me. So I think that's all of the pros and cons that I wanted to talk about. Now, I also want to mention that I am thinking about taking the back seats out of the car, not the front seat. I'm thinking about taking the back two seats out, and then taking this little level thing that the bed is sitting on that, you know, separates the where the tire is, and I'm thinking about taking all of that out and kind of lower it down. That will lower it down for me and give me my height space back. Because in all, you know, in all fairness, when thinking about it, I would not feel comfortable riding around in my car with the front seat out. I mean, speaking of visuals again, just like me walking towards my car and not seeing that front seat there, I don't know, that would make me feel uncomfortable. Now, it has nothing to do with other people possibly looking into the car, because I'm definitely going to be getting some tinted windows once the weather break. But it's just the way it would make me feel, you know, not having that front seat there. And I think I need to have that front seat there to give me that sense that my car looks like a normal car. And that's part of why I feel comfortable living in this car, is that it looks like a regular SUV or crossover that no one typically would think twice about as far as does anyone live in this car. I'm all about now in this lifestyle is being as inconspicuous as possible. And every time I think about getting a different vehicle, that comes to mind, you know. I'm taking away all of the things that I have in this particular vehicle, living in this particular vehicle. And I know I'm off topic a little bit, so let me just stop rambling on, but these are some important tips to think about when considering going from a thinner mattress to a thicker mattress. Be mindful that you are going to lose some height space. Be mindful that however you use the restroom, if it involves you being on your sleeping space, that you're going to lose that comfortable ability to use the restroom. And those are some important things when you live in a vehicle day in and day out. So that's going to be a wrap for today's video, guys. As always, thanks for taking a few minutes out of your day to watch my videos. I appreciate you guys, you know that, and I'll see you guys the next time.